Okay, it's a nice day. Time to do a little work. Maybe just a little work. Anyway, welcome to Ron's Garage. My intent today was to come over and work on mounting that power booster, but I did some measuring, and I don't know if you're familiar with these things, but there's a pedal ratio that goes into these between the well, let me just show you. That'd be easier to just show you, although a lot of you probably already know this. But anyway, so between the overall length of the pedal from the center of the pedal up to the pivot point, and then from the pivot point down to where it's going to attach to the brake pedal, okay, where the booster attaches to the brake pedal or the master cylinder, either one. But for manual brakes, that's supposed to be 5 or 6 to 1. So for every 1 inch, there should, between the pivot and where it attaches, there should be 6 inches of pedal. For power brakes, it is 4 or 5 to 1. Well, I've got 3 holes in that brake pedal arm. So let me go show you what I found when I got my trusty tape measure out. The pedal itself is 14 inches. And then I had 3 measurements on the pedal for the brake arm to mount. I had 2.5 inches, 4 inches, and 5.5 inches. So, quick and easy math. If you take 14 divided by 4, because it's supposed to be either 4 to 1 or 5 to 1, that comes to 3.5, which is almost 4. If I do it by 5, 14 divided by 5 is 2.8, which is almost 2.5. So I'm kind of in the middle here. Not quite 100% sure where I should do that. My gut tells me put it at the 4-inch hole. Not because that's where it just happens to line up, but that's, you know, it just looks like it should work there. But the arm does happen to line up pretty good with that 4-inch hole. So I'm going to have to do a little more investigating on this before I go cutting into the firewall and making that hole bigger, because I have to do that. I'm not sure you can see, but the where the dust boot and all that stuff comes out of the booster I have to cut that hole bigger if that's where I'm going to put it, which is where, you know, right where it lines up with the 4-inch hole. So before I go chopping into that and then drilling more holes in the firewall, I want to double check that measurement and see if I'm okay. You know, Rocker Pat may know, and he may be able to just say, put it here, you'll be fine. Which if that's the case, that's great, you know. He knows more than I do. So, but then I thought, well, what can I do while I'm here? And I've had sitting in the garage a timing tab for a small block Chevy. Let me get my light again. And I mentioned this way back in an earlier video, but I've got a short water pump. You can't see between the timing cover and the water pump. On a 305, guess where the timing marks are? Straight down. So I'm going to try and show you where they are. Let's see if you can see. But they are right back there. I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah, there you go. I've got the balancer at 0, but I've had this timing tab sitting around here for a while. It is for an 8-inch balancer. This is a 6 3/4 inch balancer. But I believe when I shoot a timing light down there, I believe it'll all be the same. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. You know, as long as I stay straight above that tab, I should be able to get close enough for government work. So I mounted that up there loosely, haven't tightened it down yet. And it's got this hot rod red tab that goes with it. So this right here. So you can put that on there. And once you get your timing set where you like it, you put that on, screw it down, and that little red pointer points to where you want your timing all the time. So anyway, I wanted to do something, and there that is. Now all I have to do, I've got this, like I said, I've got the balancer set at 0 with the old timing mark. I got to come over here and make a mark on the flywheel right there where 0 is, and then either take that tab back off or rotate the balancer a little bit more, and take my trusty Dremel and make a little groove in that balancer where that mark is, and then put a little paint in it so it's easy to see. So that's what I'm doing, and that's about it. That's all I can do today, I think. I do have a couple more errands to run today. It's about 10 after 3. But it was a really nice day, and I've been lovingly reminded that I'm getting a little plump. So I wanted to do some moving around today. Wintertime plus this stay-at-home stuff it's hard on the belly. So hopefully I'm not the only one that has that problem, but I'm just trying to do some moving around and see what I can do. So, oh yeah, Dave, I told you I had 2 Holleys. There they are. I'm never going to use them. They're both 600s. This one is just your run-of-the-mill Holley single pumper vacuum secondary vacuum choke. This is the same 600 vacuum secondary vacuum choke, but it has this valve here. Okay. Now I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it goes from the fuel inlet into the bowl and then out this through another connection to another carburetor. I don't know. Maybe to a dual 4 setup. I've never seen them like that. I've always seen the gas coming in both. I guess that could be a vent of some kind for the bowl. I don't know. So, I mean, other than that thing, both of these carburetors are identical. So, anyway, if you can use parts off of one of these, or if you want one, let me know. I'm never going to use them. I have and like right now Edelbrock's. So, because I just think they're easier. So, I'm going to keep Edelbrock's, and these Holleys are just going to sit here and collect more dust. So, anyway, let me know. I'll go ahead and, I took a couple pictures. I'll go ahead and email them to you. And like I said, just let me know. All right, guys. That's it for today. It takes me a little while to upload videos from this phone, so later on I'll try to do that so that you have this. And, you know, I'm just trying to knock out some little things from the list so that when I get to the big things on the list, all the little stuff's done. I'm going to try next on my list, I think, after I get that taken care of. I want to move that distributor, and I really wanted to get the timing mark situated just in case I screw it up. I don't think I will. I've done it, you know, 100 times. But I wanted to be able to come back and shoot a timing light on it if I need to. I still got to find a radiator, a front windshield, the back window. I figure I can make out of Lexan. Not real worried about that. Back window's not cheap because it's curved. It's only curved glass on the car. So But my honey's buying me the windshield, and you know, I get all that done. The interior I really don't care about before I go driving, as long as it's reliable and safe. I got to put another tranny dipstick in it. That's easy. Oh yeah, the steering. I still got to put the box back in it and work up a steering thing up to the column and get the column mounted where it's going to go for sure. So I have lots of stuff to do on the car. None of it is real hard. Some of it's time consuming. Some of it I still need parts for, like I still need steering parts. I need a rod and a couple U-joints. You know, I need a radiator, obviously. I have the radiator that came out of it. It's over there in the corner. You can see the top of it. But it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in this area here. And where it was mounted was like that far from the front of that pulley. So, not the best setup. I would like to go to a long water pump, if only because of that. The water pump inlet there is really close to that motor mount. It's got this funky front motor mounts on it. That's on my list. I'm going to try to get a motor mount kit or something and make some motor mounts that go back where they're supposed to, similar to what Dave did. And then I can do away with those and not have to worry about that. But I may just notch out those brackets too. I haven't decided yet. So they look homemade anyway, but we'll see. Anyway, we're already about 12 minutes, so let me get off of here and tidy up a little bit and then go do my other errands. So like and subscribe, please. Everybody else says that, so I'm going to say it too. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.